We've witnessed the magic that happens inside these hives, but today we traveled to Honeysuckle Acres to taste the sweet essence of these bees' hard work. Hey Nick, how's it going?
Good. Welcome to Honeysuckle Acres.
Thank you so much for letting us come out. Now I want to know how you got started in bees and more specifically in honey.
See, back in 2007 I took my 3 older children on a camping trip to a friend's house in northern Missouri. They had dairy goats, they had a big lake, they had a forge for doing blacksmithing. The gentleman also had some beehives, so on the Saturday morning when the kids were helping the mom do some milking, he asked me if I wanted to go check bees with him. I was like, sure, we'll go down and check them out as long as you have a bee suit. So we went down there, and it was, early June. It's the time of year whenever the bees are just really bringing the honey in.
Working hard.
And I was just fascinated, and it was just like right then and there I knew I had to at least get me a couple hives.
Let's head inside and learn more about your hives and how it all comes to be.
Okay, sounds good.
So what do we have going on in here?
Well, this is where we store all of our beekeeping equipment. So here we just have, stacks of hive bodies here. This is what the bees actually live in.
You talked about setting these out next year. What's the timeline for setting out new hives?
Well, ideally, you put your order in for bees in like January because they do sell out. Put your order in. Usually you pick them up early to mid-April, and that's the time you get started. Before then, you're doing things like cleaning hives, repainting.
So, any given year, how many hives do you have in play?
Well, we'll do anywhere from 25 to 60, kind of depending on what I feel like doing. Like this year, I thought I'm going to take a break, so I'm going to do 25 hives.
So I could talk bees with you all day, but we're really here to talk about the honey. Let's head inside and learn more about your niche and what you're selling to consumers.
Okay.
So this is where the magic happens?
Well, actually right here in this little room.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay. So this is our ultra small processing room.
Sanitized processing room.
That's right, yes.
So you make a creamed honey. How do you make a creamed honey, and what does it mean by creamed?
Okay, well, as opposed to what the name says, there is no cream in the honey. It's a texture. So it's a real thick, smooth, creamy honey. So essentially what I'm doing is I make the honey do what it does naturally, granulate, but I make it do it in about a week's time. And instead of making like a larger crystal, it makes an ultra fine crystal, so it's nice and smooth and creamy.
And that's what my honey is doing at the top of a jar when it sits on the shelf for a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's a natural process.
So you're capitalizing on that process.
I am, but I'm manipulating it a little bit. So what I do, so every time I make a batch, so this is honey. It already has the starter in it.
Okay. So you add a starter into the raw honey.
All it is the previously granulated honey. Every time I make a batch, I draw off the original before I add what I want to add to it. So this one, it's already had the starter added to it, so you can tell it already has kind of a real thick, almost kind of whitish hue to it. That's all.
That's where it kind of gets the cream name to it.
It is, yeah.
Nick, I'm really excited about tasting some of these creamed honeys. Now, so this is the cinnamon one we just made.
Yes.
Do you sometimes people like, man, I want to buy this, but like, what do I do with it? So do you share recipe ideas for them or ways that they can learn how to use it?
Yeah, actually on our business card, on the back of it, we actually have a list of about 15 different things to use it on. But really, like the sky's the limit. Like this one here.
Like taste apple pie.
Yeah. Have it on apples. You can put it on pancakes for the kids. It's a great alternative to that, stuff they.
My daughter doesn't think that pancakes can exist unless there's chocolate on them. She doesn't like syrup. She says it's too sticky. But so she wants chocolate on every pancake. So maybe I should try some of these creamed honeys.
Okay.
What else do we have?
This one here is the jalapeno.
Should I go with that next or end with that?
I would go with that next.
Okay.
Because other honeys, if it is too hot,
I can cover it up with someone else.
Yeah, sure.
So this is the jalapeno on pretzels, so a little salty and spicy.
That's like heaven. It's sweet, salty, hot, and crunchy.
That's a perfect snack. Because to me, pretzels by themselves can be kind of dry and bland, but it's not too spicy at all. That's really good. How did you think about flavoring or infusing honey back when you started 13 years ago?
Okay, so whenever we started, we just sold honey at places.
Just plain raw honey.
Yeah, and we would buy the honey sticks and take those along and sell them to people. People come up and buy them. So my wife had the idea. She said, "Well, why don't we make a whole jar of the flavored honey to sell to people?" I thought that is the most ridiculous idea I've ever heard of. But,
and yet, it's working.
Yeah, just like every good husband, though, you humor your wife, right? So next time around, we made about 80 little jars, 8 different flavors, 10 each, and they sold out in no time. Everything we use is certified organic, so we're not using artificial flavors and colors in our products.
So I discovered you when I was visiting Edgewood Creamery and we were talking milk. And she said that she fell in love with your product and was excited to sell it. But how did you get into stores? How did you, besides just going door to door to farmers markets?
Well, whenever we started out, we did a lot of festivals. I mean, any festival that we saw, we went and did. We were doing like 35 a year at one point in time. And we would get shop owners that would come up and they'd be like, "I would actually like to have your products in my store. Is that okay?" At first I was like, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
And then after a while I got to thinking, maybe that isn't such a bad idea. And that's really mostly how it is. I mean, we would do shows, shop owners go to those shows and they would, try our products, buy them.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, either ask us there or whatever.
Tasting it does sell it because I've tasted it and it's amazing. But you also have a whole slew of other products that you offer, like honey lemonade. So tell us where folks can go to learn more about you and your other products.
Okay, well, they can go to our website. It's www.honeysuckleacres.net. They can look for us on Facebook, and we have contact information. If there's a store that would like our products, they can always contact us through our website. They can look our number up, give us a call. I mean, they're always going to talk to me. I'm the beekeeper, I'm the honey creamer, the infuser, the labeler. I'm the face that's going to deliver it to you as well.
And you're also distributing it. That's awesome.
Yes, yeah. So
you're the man. Nick the honey man.
Yeah.